Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. My name is Joshua, and today I want to talk about a young member of the Republican Congress who's done nothing but made a mockery of themselves and the job that they were gerrymandered to do. I mean, elected. Elected to do. No, not Miss I'm a member of Congress and I don't know what the fucking amendment is. No, not real life butthead, but don't worry, we'll get to this moron soon enough. I'm talking about this asshole. This is Madison Cawthorn, the youngest member of Congress, the first one born in the 90s, and the representative for North Carolina's 11th Congressional District. Now, while this Homelander looking motherfucker isn't quite as bad as the Oedipus complex having villain, he's still a shitbag, and today we will be talking about his plethora of sexual assault allegations, his lies about his business acumen and Naval Academy attendance, and also his lies about his supposed participation in the Paralympics. So, let's get started. Madison Cawthorn, seen here, looking way too fucking happy to be at Berchtesgaden, was elected in 2020. During his campaign, Cawthorn and his team liked to portray him as a successful young businessman headed to the United States Naval Academy before the use of his legs were tragically taken away from him in an accident in 2014, which is only partially true. Now look, I'm an asshole, but I'm not going to sit here and be some kind of ableist prick and make fun of Cawthorn for his disability. What happened to him was tragic, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Besides, there's a whole list of other shit that we can make fun of him for, so let's get back to that. Cawthorn and his campaign heavily pushed his Naval Academy derailed by tragedy narrative, but in a deposition given by Cawthorn in 2017, he admitted to having already been rejected by the Naval Academy before the accident. His campaign also liked to flaunt that Cawthorn was personally recommended by Representative Mark Meadows. As it turns out, a congressional nomination is only the first step in the lengthy process to get into the Naval Academy. And to put this even further into perspective, according to the Academy's own website, about 5,000 applicants a year are nominated the same way Cawthorn was, and only 1 in 5 makes it into the Academy. The others, like our boy Square John McShitstain, are rejected. Even with this all being public knowledge, Cawthorn nor his team have ever tried to correct the impression that the accident derailed him and not the fact that he was probably a shitty student with zero leadership skills. Cawthorn also liked to play with this notion that he was a successful young businessman before the accident derailed his life, which is also not true. Cawthorn's accident was in 2014. Cawthorn's real estate investment firm, SPQR Holdings, was formed in 2019, and he was the only employee. But you wouldn't think Republican voters would get bamboozled by someone claiming they're a successful businessman, even though there's a ton of evidence to the contrary, right? I mean, I just can't believe they'd fall for something like that. Moving on. Cawthorn and his team also pushed that he was training for the 2020 Paralympic Games, and according to his communications director, he was planning to compete in the 400-meter dash. And hey, that sounds great. Overcoming your disability to compete at the highest level with other elite athletes around the world, that's something to be proud of and incredibly inspiring, if it weren't a load of bullshit. Cawthorn loved to post pictures across social media of him training for the Paralympic Games, and even saying during an appearance on the Christian inspirational podcast, The Heel, that he had an opportunity for Paralympics in track and field. And as many of you have probably already guessed, he didn't have any opportunity and seems to have never taken any steps to be part of the Paralympics. And after slinging his bullshit for so long, actual Paralympians like Amanda McGrory, a 7-time track and field Paralympic medalist, took notice. When asked about Cawthorn training for the Paralympics, McGrory responded with, "It's like a kid saying they want to play in the NBA when they're on their 4th grade basketball team." Cawthorn kept blasting his social medias with videos of him training and preparing for qualifiers and the US Open in 2019, which, according to McGrory, were non-existent. Cawthorn, his Instagram, and his claims were known well before he ran for office, and became a sort of running joke amongst elite athletes who would share his posts and laugh about how batshit crazy he was. And the thing is, Cawthorn's bullshit just kind of perpetuates this notion that Paralympians aren't elite athletes. Paralympian Brian Seaman said, "People don't understand the time and effort and energy that Paralympic athletes put into their training. It's an elite sport. You can't just get in a racing chair. That's really not how it works." Now, before we get on to this last section of the video, I would like to put a content warning here. We will be talking about the sexual assault allegations levied against Madison Cawthorn. So, when Cawthorn was 19, he was alleged to have sexually assaulted a young woman who was 17. The woman described an incident when Cawthorn pressured her to sit on his lap, forcibly trying to kiss her twice, which she resisted because, he's a fucking creep. Cawthorn didn't deny this happened, by the way, but did try to put an innocent spin on it, saying, "I did try and kiss her, just very normal, just in a flirtatious way," adding, If I did make her feel unsafe, I feel bad, which almost seems like a genuine sentiment, like maybe in hindsight he misread the situation and did a stupid. But then this asshole goes on to question the timing of her allegation, and he and his campaign paint this poor woman as a politically motivated clout chaser. In February 2021, a BuzzFeed investigation found 20 people who said Cawthorn would harass female classmates while at Patrick Henry College. It was alleged by at least 4 women that Cawthorn would recklessly drive women to remote off campus areas while asking sexually explicit questions in what he called fun drives. Which is funny because I'd have called them super creepy, insane, serial killery shithead drives, but hey, maybe I'm just not good with titles. His reputation was so shitty that 2 resident assistants at the college would warn women to avoid Cawthorn and not ride in his car. Now you're probably asking, Josh, if his reputation was so widely known, why didn't the college do anything about it? Well, my incredibly smart and talented viewer, sadly, we all know college campuses mostly don't give 2 shits about sexual assault and the well being of women on campus. And I'm just going to guess that goes extra for a small, southern, conservative Christian school like Patrick Henry College. And lastly, on October 17th, 2020, a group of Patrick Henry College alumni released a public letter accusing Cawthorn of sexually predatory behavior, as well as vandalism and lying, while he was a student there for a little more than 1 semester. This fucker was only there for 1 semester and managed to cause this much trouble? Jesus, he's not just an asshole, he's like a high efficiency asshole. This letter from October 2020 started with only 10 alumni signatures, but then soon ballooned to over 150. And of course, Cawthorn and his campaign pushed back against the letter, stating that most of the signers of the letter didn't even know him personally. Then went and found 6 alumni to sign their own letter in support of Cawthorn. It was revealed, though, that 2 of the 6 alumni signatures in support of Cawthorn were from people who worked on his campaign. The letter that Cawthorn and his campaign posted also implied that Cawthorn was receiving support from the former president of Patrick Henry College, Michael Ferris, who, and this is fucking hilarious, quickly and publicly disavowed the letter and asked he not be associated with it. Now, I could talk about how the shitbird was a pusher of the election lie, or how he addressed the crowd before the January 6th insurrection, or how this fucking moron tried to board a plane with a loaded 9mm Glock, or any of the other stupid fucking things he's done, but this video's been long enough. So that's all I have for today's video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way you can be notified anytime my beautiful face is ready to grace your screen with another video. If you want to follow me on my social medias, all that will be linked in the description box below. Also, I'm very close to launching my Patreon, but if you want to support me or the channel until then, you can always buy me a coffee. That'll be in the linked in the description box below as well. Any questions, comments, concerns, recipes, cheat codes, whatever you want to do, please leave them in the comment section. I do read all of them. Outside of that, that's really all I have. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.